It's going to be a busy year and shareholders have got a bit to look forward to, and hopefully we can deliver some good results and get the share price considerably higher than where it is now.
Today I'm delighted to be joined by Managing Director of Todd River Resources, Will Dix. Hi Will, how are you?
Hi Isabella, well thanks, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Todd River Resources had a busy year last year. Can you summarise some of the key achievements?
Sure, yeah, look, we did have a busy year. We worked fairly hard on 4 of our key projects. Highlights from an exploration point of view definitely came from Mount Hardy in the Northern Territory, where we identified a number of new targets close to our Hendrix base metal resource, and that really sets us up for 2023. And these targets are both a long strike from the resource and also on parallel trends. And away from Mount Hardy, we spent time at Berkshire Valley early in 2022 and also at our Narromine project. Mixed results, ultimately no discovery, but we've additional targets at both projects to follow up this year. And lastly, and I guess this leads into 2023, we signed some key landholder access agreements at our Pingarup project. We're actually currently in the middle of our first exploration program for the year, which is a ground-based physics survey.
Very exciting. And at the end of last year, you mentioned you had a pipeline of targets to test in 2023. Can you tell investors a little bit more about those targets and what you intend to achieve at each?
Sure. So as I mentioned, we're currently active in the southwest of WA on our Pingarup project. This phase of work, the geophysics, should be completed probably middle of next week, so early February, and we'll drill following that up either specific targeted deep holes for conductors, or in the absence of any conductors, we'll do some reconnaissance air core drilling. So following that work, we're hopeful to get on the ground in new areas at Berkshire Valley. That's pending the finalisation of a number of access issues, and that will be what it will be. Really then the main push for us for the year is at Mount Hardy in the Northern Territory. We've got a bunch of new targets I mentioned earlier, and we're aiming to be active up there early in Q2, so from sort of maybe even earlier, late March, early April. And that's a combination of targeted RC and diamond drilling. And then in the north of the project, we'll do some shallower air core drilling. And that's because the ground is covered by transported compass, so it masks anything that's there. And it's definitely going to be an exciting drilling program for us. And it's the first one that we've done since all the border restrictions were lifted.
So it seems like it'll be a very busy year so far. What can investors expect from the company in terms of news flow for the first half of 2023?
Sure. Well, as I've basically outlined, we'll have the results of the geophysics and the drilling at Pingarup in the next 4 to 6 weeks, I guess. And the drilling at Mount Hardy, once we get going, that's going to provide continuous news flow up there. And lastly, there's a couple of other things that we're looking at doing in 2023. We're back into Narromine. We've got some new areas there. But also a new project in South Australia that we applied for late in 2022. That should be granted in the next couple of months, and we've got a few plans to be active over there as well. So it's going to be a busy year and shareholders have got, a bit to look forward to, and hopefully we can deliver some good results and get the share price considerably higher than where it is now.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Well, it sounds like very exciting times for Todd River Resources. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk to me today, Will. We look forward to following your progress.
Thanks, Isabella. It's been a pleasure as always.